let's talk about the email templates. So the email templates sit under the settings. So go into settings, and on the left, we have email templates. Again, if you're on a premium edition, you can just add your own templates. You could have one for the invoice and one for the CAN, and you could also have one for your statement of covered fees. It's not going to be used part of the automation, but we can use it in your learn cycles, as I said, when we talk about the course offers. But for now, let's concentrate on creating a template for your CAN and invoice. By default, we have created a sample email template for you. So if you're on your basic vet student loan module, then you will have access to this template. All you have to do is edit and change the details accordingly. It's very similar to how you would edit any kind of an email template. There are placeholders. If you need extra information, place your cursor in there, choose the placeholder as required. So as soon as you click on the placeholder, it'll just place it into the email template for you, and then you just have to hit save. With any of our generic templates, you wouldn't be able to change the template name or the description, but you can definitely change the subject, and this is what your students will see in their email inbox. And if you're creating a template from scratch, then all you have to do is just click on Add New. You can give it your own name, your description, and change the subject and create your body however you require. And once you have your email templates ready, the next bit is to set up your overnight automation. So on the same tab, settings, you click on overnight automation, and you have to set up two different automations, one for your invoice and the other for your CAN. All right, to set up the automation, you click on add activity at the very top and click on send CAN or vet fee help invoice. So you give it a name. The name should tell you whether it's sending a CAN or it's sending an invoice, all right? So let's say we're sending a CAN first. And as I said, by rule, you have to send it within 28 days after the census date. So we have to set the logic in here. So let's say our policy internally says, all right, you want to send it probably 14 days after the unit of study enrollment census date. And if you are having auspice relationship with a third-party delivery organization and all that, you can filter by the delivery organization. Now, by default, you can either send it to every student who's eligible for vet student loan, irrespective of they accessing vet student loan or not, or you can take the decision to only send it out to students who have accessed vet student loan, all right? And then you choose the template that you've created as well as the message template. And it'll give you a heads up, all right, the next generation date is the 25th of May, and it'll be checking for any students having a census date of 11th of May, and go save. So this will automatically add to the automation. Then you would add another one for the invoice. And by rule, you need to send an invoice minimum of 14 days before the census date. So we could probably have the same option, but this time it's before the census date. And again, you want to send it only to people who have accessed vet student loan. You choose the appropriate template and the message. And now, when it runs for basically tomorrow, it's going to check for anybody at the census date in the future. So anybody having a census date of 8th of June 2018. And this runs every night. It's an overnight automation. So every night that logic is going to change. So when it runs tomorrow, it's going to look for 8th of June. The day after, it's going to look for the 9th of June. So if there are no students with that census date, it's just not going to run. It'll ignore that particular cycle. I'm just going to delete the automation because we've already got two. It's just the demo system doesn't matter, but still. All right, so now we spoke about the templates, customizing the invoices and CAN notices and all that. Now this is going to just stay in the system. It's not going to trigger anything out because we have not yet created the course offers or enrolled students or done anything of that sort,